third couple is Jasmine and Will.
My name is Jasmine McGriff. I am 30 years old and I have a house. I'm doing great in my career and I'm thinking about the future now. I want to find the love of my life.
My name is Will. I'm 37 years old and I believe two is better than one. I grew up with my mother. My parents were never married. Growing up in a single-parent household and having to see my father on weekends and only summers, it was a struggle.
With Will and Jasmine, oh my gosh, are you mad, are you mad, are you lean? Yes, baby, wavy. Are you mad, are you lean? Little Black Book, you already know what time it is. Please comment down below, let us know your thoughts and feelings. We're going to leave some questions there for you guys to comment with. It's going to be jokes, blood. You get me? Alright, boom, ting, again. You know what time it is. Alright, listen, are you mad, lean? Now, look. So we have Jasmine and Will, yeah, and the first thing I noticed, obviously, you know me, you should know me by now, I love black women, and Jasmine's body is right for me. Listen, I'm just being real, B. That curve, girl, you got it, baby.
Children. I was in a 4-year relationship with someone.
So yeah, I really appreciate that. I was like, girl, fine. Love Will too. I think he's just a lovely, well-mannered type of guy from the offset. And I love his friends as well. I think they're pretty cool and I think they're pretty honest with him as well. One thing I'll say straight away is that the big selling point or boiling point was the dad issue. And I can understand. At first I was like, come on, daddy, man. I think I farted. At first I was like, daddy, come on, man. But then I realized I had to deep it from a dad perspective, yeah. I'm going to give away my child, okay? Remember,
I am getting married to a stranger.
Okay.
So, will you walk me down the aisle?
That's some serious stuff.
Yes. My parents have been in my corner every day of my life and every decision of my life. So having my dad's support means everything to me.
Oh, I guess I gotta think about it now, don't I?
Okay.
Dad, I'm responsible for my child and everything that happens to her. So like, I'm handing over to another person who's going to look after her, be her covering, and then I don't know the guy. I would also, it's like giving all my money away in my bank account to somebody I don't know who says they promise they're going to do what they need to do. You're going to bring back an investment, but I can't guarantee that because I don't know who you are. So I can totally now understand why. You know, when you watch the clips and you see how he talks, you know.
It's going to be very hard today. You just have to suck it up and persevere through. So that's what we'll do. It's very hard. Hope that we just find happiness together.
He's scared. He's scared that, look, they sort of make the wrong decision, or, you know, he's scared because as a father too, you know, you want to make sure you make the best decisions for your children. So I totally understand now why he took the decision he did, and obviously.
Me too.
We don't know who the gentleman is. We don't know his character. We don't know his background. We don't know his family. We don't know anything. And so as a parent, I'm used to controlling my environment. And so I'm not able to do that right now. So it's very hard.
You ready to go?
Yes.
It means so much to me that
Well, not really my mom, it's my dad.
Yeah, I thought about that. I'm just like, yo, her dad's gonna be just giving away to a stranger. It's like,
I told him to say something. I was like, you better tell him, like, don't get crazy with my daughter. But yeah, but he ain't say nothing.
I knew just as a man, I mean, you're gonna have some apprehension about just handing your daughter over to a stranger.
Jasmine, she's quite a family person, quite family oriented. I think she even said it, you know, if this doesn't work out for her dad and not coming, then she not wanting to agree with it, she don't know if she can go through the wedding. And I understand that because you're a family person and you rate and your family is very important to you. So I totally deep that, you know what I'm saying? So that was a touching moment. And so when he came through the doors, I was very, very happy to see him come through the doors because I was like, oh, thank God, you know what I'm saying?
Hi.
Well. Hey, cutie.
Hi, Dad.
How are you? Mwah.
My family coming today means the world to me. So I was overjoyed when they came to the door. Hi, Mom.
That's something else.
Air kiss.
But I don't know who made a comment. Someone, I don't know who it was. It was the dad or someone in the crowd, and it's just typical of black people, yo. Someone said, "Listen,
I tell you, children, this is bull. I'm gonna send this dude's name and number to my police friend in a minute. We getting the background check done.
So
yeah, it didn't need to be said on camera. That's what I'm saying. And it's, you know what, it's what black people are scary, yo. Listen, you can see their faces just watching the whole thing, like, you know what I mean? Like, just watching eagle eye. You know what I mean? We're watching eagle eye, everyone watching your face. Like, I felt nervous for Will. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna run up on him or something. So, you know, with black people, it's awkward when these things happen. Do you know what I mean? One thing I would say as well is at the vows, when they were saying their vows and stuff like that, one thing I clocked was that Will said his vows like a really short vows, and she said, oh, it's short and sweet. And he said, yeah. But it's the energy that he replied to. I was like, oh.
Through this journey we were brave enough to take, I vow to make you smile, to always give you the benefit of the doubt, and to always be patient, considerate, and caring.
Okay. Short and sweet. Okay.
Yeah, to the point.
Jasmine, recite your vows.
Were you offended by the fact she said it's short and sweet? Or is it because of the pressure? Or is it because, you know what? I don't know. But it just sounded a bit like he was annoyed that's the fact she said short and sweet. I don't know. But it may just be me. It may just be how they shot the scene. May give the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, it was a bit short. And I was like, ooh. Jasmine's one was so much longer. So much filled. So much detailed. You can tell that she's really thought about this in terms of actually what she wants from this relationship.
I will stand by you. I will embrace your family. And most importantly, I will stay committed to our marriage and to fight to see this through. I will vow to grow in love with you. No one knows what the future holds, but if we're resilient, we will find our happy place.
And what she's trying to put into the relationship. So I really appreciated that. One thing I didn't like was the grandma. Jesus. Good Lord. You know what I mean? The grandma for me, when the grandma first comes in.
How are you?
Not so good.
Hi, George.
I was like, I'm not okay. And I'm like, okay. She started off with a bad energy. Okay, cool. And then later on, she said, this is some bullshit. You know, like, da-da-da-da. And it's like, yo, grandma, come on, man.
I can't believe we all up there for this BS. I really can't.
And it's like, the way the grandma reacted, and whoever said that thing about the contact number, it's almost as if, like, you know when black people don't like being embarrassed, innit? Black people don't like being put on the spot, you know what I'm saying? And if you look bad to the community, black people don't like that. We really don't like looking bad from the community. Like, we always have to save face. And so, certain things we do just to save face, you know what I'm saying? So, for instance, black people won't necessarily like to get married at first sight because it's like, why, don't come and embarrass me. Don't come and embarrass me kind of thing. Do you get what I'm saying? House and the car set. And I'm glad that obviously he's got his house and car set because I said this will be a beef if he doesn't get his house and car set.
Years old, and I have a house. I'm doing great in my career, and I'm thinking about the future now.
Because the way she said, I got my house and my car and everything set, and now I'm settling down, I'm now ready for a relationship. I was like, bro, if you don't get your things sorted, she gonna get you down, baby. So yeah, it was good that they both had their things sorted. And that said something about, you know, he can't control the situation. That's what makes him feel the way he feels. And I was like, you know what, it's right, man. You know, when you can't, as a parent, when you have no control, no say over the situation, it is a bit scary. And you got to trust your children to think that they're going to make the right choice. You know, I mean, it's hard enough getting married to somebody that you do know, let alone now get married to somebody you don't even know, blood.
Me too.
We don't know who the gentleman is. We don't know his character. We don't know his background. We don't know his family. We don't know anything. And so as a parent, I'm used to controlling my environment. And so I'm not able to do that right now. So it's very hard.
Ready to go?
Yes.
It means so much to me that
Do you know what I'm saying? So I can understand the dad's reservations there, and he was crying. It was emotional because I think, you know, that's why I said that. Like, I love a good family unit, and it's interesting because obviously, you know, her parents are there. I don't know if his dad came. I think his mum did, but I don't know if I didn't remember seeing her, so I'm not really sure. But, you know, that's going to be an interesting factor in terms of how he's going to deal with that situation. Because obviously I know his dad, something happened with the dad, and that's something as well that we're going to have to see how it's going to play out. How is he going to react to her and the parent, and how's he going to react to the dad? Obviously it was smoothed over a little bit by the fact that he went to LU, and the dad was like, "You went to LU?" And the dad said, "Look, apart from the mutual interest with my daughter, now I've got the LU with him. We can start to kind of come together."
LU, you kidding me?
Are you making graduate?
Yes.
Man, you can't mess up. Bro. Listen here, man. That's my baby.
I heard. I know.
I love Lincoln. I love my baby. And Will, I'm going to try to love you too, bro. All right, man?
Thank you.
Welcome, man. Finding out that Will was alumni of Lincoln University is superb for me. Unbelievable. As I am a Lincoln alum, we now have a commonality other than my child. Isn't that crazy? But awesome. So I'm very happy.
No, you saying you went to Lincoln? I'm like, what? You went to Lincoln?
You got 2 more points, bro. Man.
And it's interesting because I remember when I met an ex's father, and I was like, we were bonding over the word of God, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you do need to have those common ties that allow you to have, you know, some type of affection for each other, conversation, etc. for the parent-in-law or the son or daughter-in-law. Do you know what I mean? It's important to have those mutual things there. He said as well, like, you know what, that his father, he only saw his father like weekends. He struggled to see his father weekends and stuff like that. I want to know what kind of effect that's had on him. Two, he said obviously, you know, he wants to get married, he wants to have kids because he wants to do better than what he saw. And I always say this as well. There's only 2 things that happen. Either someone does better than what they saw, or they do worse than what they saw.
My parents were never married. Growing up in a single parent household and having to see my father on weekends and only summers, it was a struggle.
So marriage is very important to me because
I've seen the opposite.
being the guarded sort of introvert that I am, I feel like it does affect my relationships.
I'm cautious,
I want a companion and that lifelong partner.
so we can break down some walls and barriers.
So we hope that it's a former and not the latter, and that he actually does better and he works on the weaknesses that he may have, from being unable to see his father every weekend or see his father more than every weekend. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a very important thing. And also the fact that he's an introverted person is quite interesting because he is introverted, but even during the whole wedding process and everything like that, he was quite extroverted. So I don't know. Some people are introverted in some aspect. Like for instance, me, I'm a bit introverted. Like I like my space, innit? I like to be on my own. A lot of times, like I go to cinema by myself. I don't want people to follow me. I like going shopping by myself. I like going for runs, gym by myself. I don't even like having a gym partner. I don't want it. Do you know what I'm saying? I like working by myself too. So I'm quite an introverted person in that place. I like to think. I like to have a thinking brain. But I'm also a sanguine, which is basically I'm a life of the party. I'm energetic. When I'm amongst people, I start to come out of my shell. And one thing I noticed, well, amongst the boys, when it first started, I really saw that Will was being mad. His body language was intro.
What are you guys celebrating?
Getting married.
Getting married.
Yeah.
Wow, congratulations, guys.
Thank you. They're strangers.
Yeah, we don't know who we're marrying.
No clue.
Really?
Yeah. No clue.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Is it awesome?
I don't know.
Would you do it?
Absolutely not. I would not do that.
Getting married at first sight, it's not the traditional way to go about things for most people that I know. My mom, mostly, the harshest critic. But with 4 guys, it makes me feel like I'm not an idiot.
It was like it's into himself. Like he didn't want to do too much, you know what I'm saying? And even when the guys were piping up, he didn't really pipe up at the beginning. And then he asked a question, and then Keith obviously shut that one down. And then he answered the question about the kiss thing, saying, you know, you might try a little thing. He'll assess the situation. That's when I knew he was a real introvert, because introverts often are observational creatures. They observe, and then they move. So they move after they've observed.
Our fiancés are doing today.
No, are they having a bachelor party?
I'm not thinking about that, man. Today's my bachelor party. I don't. I'm partying tonight.
Talking to Keith, he kind of seems like me a little bit, like he just kind of seems real low-key and a little introverted, but it's just like maybe with the right amount of alcohol or with the right surrounding, he's gonna, you know, come out of his shell.
I'm actually hoping.
So I can definitely tell he's definitely an introvert, and that's going to be very good, because that's going to be good in one aspect, and obviously the fact that he can observe Jasmine and just see what she needs from him and then kind of react. That's a good vibe there. That's a good thing. Also the fact that obviously the girls at the spa, and they asked Jasmine, would you have sex on, getting married? And it's like, she said, look, if the connection is there, then yeah, it is what it is, baby. And that's what I really want to hear, because you're married now, etc. And, Christine's answer was such a bullet answer. It's like, yo, gee, like, it's a shutdown instantly. But Jasmine was more open, as well as Kate, like saying, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If it's not feeling it, you're not feeling it. And that's right. So that was definitely important. One thing I noticed as well, the girls at the spa, I don't know if it was intentional, the black girls were together and the white girls were together.
Have you thought about, like, if you're going to...
Do I have to answer this?
have sex on the first night?
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens. If you feel that connection with your husband, then yes.
Just saying. And maybe that's just for solidarity. You know, sometimes you got a mix of who you gel with easily. Do you know what I mean? One thing as well, I'll end it on this last thing as well, is when Jasmine saw the ring, and then she said, do I need a ring? Do I need to get a ring?
On Stephanie's finger, it was kind of odd to see.
Are you getting used to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels good.
All right.
I'm engaged too. Maybe I need to go get a ring. Maybe, I don't know.
And I was like, I just noticed something. It's like, people put pressure on other people without even noticing they're putting pressure on them. And people accept pressure onto themselves without knowing they've accepted pressure. Like the ring situation, there was no need for pressure. But Jasmine started having pressure on herself. Why? Like, all she said is that she said she went to buy her own ring. It's not like she faked it. She said, I went to buy my own ring for $10. There's nothing to even say. There's nothing to even comment upon. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think, you know what I'm saying, this is a pressure. It's like seeing all these weddings on the Twitter and Instagram, and then you feel the pressure to get married. It's like, no. So just to watch that, I just want to watch that from Jasmine and make sure that she's not somebody who caves into pressure when she hears it from the outside. But yeah, it was interesting to see her, the way she was thinking, like, do I need a ring? No, you don't, darling. Just focus on your relationship, you'll be fine. So guys, listen, it's more of an observational review this time round, less than actually doing an actual deep body language review, because I think a lot of people we haven't got into them just yet, and they didn't really show much. Goddamn! Flipping on these body ladybugs. Yeah, so they're not really deep. They're not really deep into this. I'm shooken up, man. The ladybug flew, and I thought it was a spider or something bigger. But yeah, they don't really got into a deeper level, and we can actually really deep the analysis of their body language and stuff. So watch out, guys. When you get to episode 2, probably we're going to get deeper into it. You get me? Alright.